But that's because A, I'm hungry, and B, I still have to wait for my Instagram stream to catch up so that all the kids on the playground can see that I'm live. Okay, there we go. There we go. I hate that. I hate that part. Anyway, welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. I am that broker girl. We are going to be talking about easy ways to automate your business, okay? In my description of this, the Tip Tuesday, in the live stream, I have a link in here about how to download ClickUp for free. And if you are unable to access that link, I also have a link in my bio that shows you, you can go there and then you can immediately click on that link on downloading ClickUp for free. So that's 2 ways to access ClickUp. You are welcome. Okay, so shiny things, right? In real estate, I have used ClickUp. I landed on ClickUp rather after using Asana and then migrating to Trello. And each of those kind of had their issues, right? They were both great at systematizing, I guess, my business. But they each had gaps. So Trello, I liked it, but I didn't like, the cardboard format. And then there were some automations that I couldn't quite achieve. And I automated the shit out of Trello. By the way, this is explicit. My trainings are explicit. So wear headphones if you got little children in the room. And if you still want to take my training. I don't want any angry emails is what I'm trying to say. So, Asana had, it wouldn't really let me customize views, and then Trello, some automations I couldn't achieve. And I haven't all the way gotten there with ClickUp, but why I fell in love with ClickUp, I will show you in a little bit, was like the AI and the whole bringing it all together. I'm going to give you some tips on automating your business. I'm also going to show you, since we've talked about Slack in the past, I'm going to show you how I bring it into Slack. I'm all about having these systems communicate with each other. Okay. In my personal business, the hub that we communicate in is Slack. Okay. That is where we communicate. If we are going to do projects and project coordination, that usually happens in ClickUp. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my personal ClickUp. And, sometimes we're going to see some crazy shit on here. I don't know. I'm literally opening this up to you guys. So here's my personal ClickUp. I'm going to start with my marketing board. Okay. I have a few different businesses, a few different accounts. And so that accounts for the different colors. On this board, I have it defaulting to calendar view because I feel like obviously we should be like planning for the days of the week when we're marketing, right? So these are just different tasks. Each thing I basically consider a task, okay? And then we research, I guess, different content, different ideas, things like that. And it will follow a theme. By the way, with marketing, you want to set 3 pillars of content that you do your marketing around. And if it doesn't fall in line with one of those pillars of content, don't do it. Your audience is going to get too confused. The algorithms aren't going to push your shit out. And you just don't want a scattered audience. You want to niche down, okay? And have your 3 pillars of content. So the orange you can kind of see is consumer facing real estate content, right? We've got our themes here. And then we've also got, like my purple is all my That Broker Girl stuff. So some of it might not even be posts they're actually, like I said, they're tasks. So there's IG, Instagram engagement, Facebook engagement. These are tasks that we need to be like checking on, whether it's me or my assistant. And oh, by the way, if you want to get a hold of me and me alone, Instagram is the way to do it. That is the one that I specifically monitor, that broker girl. So Instagram is like my jam. The rest of it, it's basically hit and miss, and maybe my assistant will catch us. But yeah, IG is what's up for me. Just a tip Tuesday for you. So these are the tasks that I have set. If you would like more information in how I come up with tasks or themes, or, even beyond that, like LinkedIn connection, for instance, that is a task where we're like connecting with people again in our target. And that's 5 connections a day. You don't want to do too many connections because then you're going to get like flagged by LinkedIn. We learned all these lessons the hard way. Okay. So this is my marketing board. By the way, I am monitoring the chat on Facebook. I can't monitor the chat on Instagram, so I'm sorry. But the chat from Facebook and the other feeds feed into here, so I'm able to monitor it. So if you have any Qs, I've got As. Okay, so this is like the master marketing. If I wanted to go just to like the Facebook friends, birthday wishes, or just my like that broker girl stuff, or just, and by the way, things are marked gray because they haven't been done yet. And then they're created for next year. So this is how we do recurring tasks. Okay. Team TBG, we mark orange. And so you can see over here to the left, anything purple is like that broker girl facing. Team TBG is orange. That's my consumer facing content. That broker girl is agent facing content. This is like training that I'm giving to agents, or maybe like funny jokes and shit that I really am aiming at agents, and it's really not aimed at consumers, although sometimes consumers follow me, but they know that my content on that broker girl is meant to be like real estate agent facing. Okay. So this is how I utilize my ClickUp board in the marketing realm. Okay. I am happy to do a breakdown, maybe like a shorter video of this, but right now I'd like to just do an overarching for you guys. Now here I've got my whole That Broker Girl operations. This is all of my SOPs that I've built out over the years. And then you can see here in these colors who this is intended for. So I own a virtual assistant company. I've built out many SOPs over the years for VAs. So this is executive admins to complete. This is like ISA SOPs. These are social media manager SOPs. So I have different things built out over the years. Okay. And we have different tasks that we do. But let's just click on this guy because it's pretty standard. Okay. So I'm going to show you this. This is the advice that I give, by the way, if you're hiring a virtual assistant. In Slack, every day, what we have is a check-in, check-out AFK channel. Okay. And, we can use all the screenshot monitor, type programs that we want. But if people are going to want to work around or do fucking jiggle mouse or whatever, they're going to do that. So here is my personal rule with my virtual assistants. And this is how I coach my clients with their virtual assistants. I say, set up a Slack channel, check in, check out AFK, away from keyboard. And this is where we are in, out, AFK. If they don't say AFK, or if they're not out for some reason or on their lunch or whatever, and I send a Slack message in any fucking channel, I expect a response. Like within 5 minutes, but really like ASAP. Okay. And that is how I know that they're at their computer. But I go a step further. Okay. I don't want anything left to like guessing, right? So people have got to know in these SOPs what's expected of them. You can think all day long, like, I know exactly what I'm doing when I list a property, which I will get to my transaction shit, by the way. You're gonna like die. I know what to do all day long when I list a property, or I know how to post this specific post on social media. But there becomes so much shit to remember if you're actually doing it right, if you're actually leveling up your game. Who do you tag? Do you put a song to it? Like, how many fucking hashtags are you using? Are you using relevant ones? How do you know how to look those up? And you should just keep like building on these SOPs. So this is where, one example of what we're doing here. All right. We have a video explanation of us talking or showing how to actually do it. And then we talk about why it's important. We talk about the format and everything else. But I'm actually going to show you how I build out an SOP, because my assistant did a video this morning and I know that we need to log it. So I will show you that. SOPs for VA. So my Calendly got all kinds of screwed up. When people were trying to book appointments with me, I don't know what the hell was going on, but Calendly just wasn't syncing with my calendar. And somebody booked an appointment and I was completely triple booked during a meeting, and it was very stressful because I didn't show up to the appointment and I felt awful. So I'm like, we need to figure out a way for this to basically never happen again. Okay. So this is our SOP board. Okay. And I'm going to do like plus over here, and it's going to be Calendly. I cannot talk and type at the same time, so we're just going to have to like deal with that. All right. Calendly. And then here we go. So we've got like Calendly stuff in here. I hate when it like tries to fill in shit. All right. We've got like a lot of SOP that we need to put in here, but I'm just going to put a portion of it in here, and I'm going to show you how I use ClickUp and how I use AI to help me. So what my assistant did earlier was she did a video, because we figured out the root cause was it was not talking to, like, we didn't have certain calendars checked off in my iCloud. Okay. I'm an iCloud girl. I refuse to give up my iCloud calendar. Okay. So she did this video. I'm going to go over to the transcript and I'm going to copy the transcript. I'm going to go back into my ClickUp task. Okay. And I'm going to say, it says specifically type / for commands and AI actions. What I want is to write with AI right now. And I'm going to say remove transcript and put in how to format. Okay, so I'm putting this whole transcript in here and I'm going to see what it does. So it is taking her instruction from this video and building out this SOP. Okay, let me see if I like it. I could do without all these stupid ones, but I'm just going to go with it right now, and we can figure that crap out later. Log into your Calendly account. Now, what I would do, by the way, is I would straight up put the link to Calendly. I would straight up go here. I'm going to go over here to the link. This is how freaking crazy I am. I'm going to go click on this link here, and I'm going to add the link to Calendly. And then I'm going to make sure they've got, like, they know where to access my login information for Calendly. Like, I just want nothing left to chance. if I were like hit by a bus tomorrow, people hate when I say that, but if I were hit by a bus tomorrow and I needed business to go on, like I want a fucking fifth grader to be able to do this. Okay. I should turn on my do not disturb, shouldn't I, guys? Let's do that, Sandy. Don't disturb me, people. I'm gonna put that on for an hour. Okay. So, and we're back. All right. So we have this how-to format here. All right. Usually they don't do all those weird ones, but I'm just gonna go with it, like I said. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm also going to link the actual video in here too. So what I'm gonna say is, I think now it actually does a preview of the video. So I don't want the video up top. I like things to be pretty and I don't want them to miss all the instructions. So I'm going to do the video at the bottom. I'm going to say, see reference video for how to. Paste link and then boom, it's in there. Okay, now we built out part of our SOP. It really needs to go a lot deeper. However, this is pretty decent. It gives you like a decent demo of how I build out my SOPs and how I don't have to like spend 20 minutes per SOP. I can literally, as soon as we film ourselves doing it one time, I tell my clients, what if this is like the last time you ever have to do this task? If you can film yourself doing it and then actually build out an SOP, that can totally be leveraged. That can be leveraged away. So hopefully that helped you guys. All right, what are we doing next here? By the way, speaking of Loom, I utilize this even to build out my courses. So I've got different courses, different trainings that I have like for agents or, onboarding, like different things that I've got or done in the past. And it makes it so much easier if I've filmed myself doing something and then I can bring it into the AI world and I can say, can you build like a companion step-by-step to go with this video that I've already done? Like I've already put in the work doing the video. I've already shown them how to do everything, but also nobody wants like to view a fucking transcript of what they're like already watching. So if it can take it and it can either put it in how-to format, or sometimes it's not appropriate for that, I'll be like, make it in storytelling format or make it in inspirational. You can mess around with AI, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but you can mess around with AI. You can have it do all kinds of cool stuff. All right. So that's how I have it help me build out courses. And I actually did an entire training on that a long time ago. Maybe I'll do an updated training. If you guys want to learn how to build out and monetize courses, we all have a lot up here that can be monetized. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I could certainly do a training on it. Okay, so let's talk about transaction coordination since we're all here. Probably we're all real estate agents. So here is my master transaction coordination board and my default preview. This is what I use is like board format because I want it to be able to like go across. We've got pre-listing, active buyers, active listing, writing offer, pending, needs review probably, cooling, and then these are like miscellaneous checklists. These are just different things over here. Then we've got referrals and closed or terminated. Okay. So here is like my actual pre-listing checklist. And it goes deep, guys. So here are all the subtasks. I leave nothing to chance. rename this ClickUp task. So they're going to like take this, they're going to copy it, and they're going to rename it. And then I even have in here the actual naming convention of how they need to name this task. Naming convention, address of property, then the seller's legal name, nickname, if applicable, because nobody likes to be, feeling like a number if they're, like I'm not a Sandra. My legal name is not Sandra. Do not fucking call me Sandra. So I like, or if I was a Sandra, but I absolutely hate that name. So my mom, her legal name is Dolores. And if you ever fucking call her that, she would kill you. Like flat out, you're dead. She wants to be called Lori. So even though, we have our signature, like for our legal name, I'm like, put nickname here, if applicable. Always address sellers by their nickname, except on legal documents. Like I put it straight up in there. I don't want people feeling like they're a number. We learn all these like little lessons and then we update our SOP, right? And then I'm like, once this task is done, mark it complete. You want nothing left to chance, okay? And then the next thing, create Slack channel. Well, how would I do that? What do I name it? Where do I go from here? And so here you go. Here's your SOP. Here's your video, how to do it. Okay. So it goes on and on. Now this is a very important step. This is something I want to tell you guys about. Okay. In Slack, this is actually really neat. Let me take my screen share off for a second because I don't know what's on there besides here. Okay, good. I'm glad I took it off because I have like all kinds of text and shit popped up here. Let me open up my Slack. Okay, here we go. So let me open up a random transaction that isn't going to be ridiculous. Okay, here we go. This is how it's going to look. If people are following those directions, now they don't like before my assistant was having to be like, I've done this, I've completed this in Slack. But if they are actually following those directions and they created that email address in Slack, every time they complete a task, it's letting me know in this specific Slack channel, we're up to this point. And what's really cool is, let's say I want to know a certain detail about this transaction, and I want it to take me right back into ClickUp. I click on that link from Slack, and it takes me directly to that task. And then if I want to go up to the parent task, I have a whole thing about what I want specifically written right here, by the way. If I want to read anything about this, I can absolutely read anything about this. So all my details are accessible right there. Hope that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense here. Okay, so that's how we integrate our ClickUp into Slack. And that is why I love it so much, because every time somebody's completing a task, I get an update on it. Now, sometimes my assistant's going crazy and she's just like updating checking all the tasks completed. So I will like mute my Slack for 5 minutes because it is about to go nuts on the notifications. That's the only drawback to it. Okie dokie, where are we? So now you can kind of see how this goes, but this is like pre-listing. And then at the very end of it, so let's see like a pre-listing card here. So we've got these tasks completed. And then down here, I specifically say, once the listing is active, change the ClickUp status to active. And then it's like, add the active listing checklist once it's active. Okay. So, and then it'll say how to do that exactly. So the card would move over here, and then our active listing checklist is all about how to set up, make sure your shit's set up properly in showing time, make sure that, update the status in Lofty, like we use Lofty for our CRM. I mean, update Popple. So I have my listing showing up in Popple. So I like to, like my one link in bio. By the way, I did a whole Popple just a tip Tuesday. I want to have one link in bio, and I want everything to be accessed through that one link, even my listings. So that's why I put that there. But this is just an example of my checklists, and I want to know from you guys, like, what are your checklists like? Do you have them built out like this? And we have every single thing, building a squeeze page. This might still be like KV Core. Nope. She's got it updated, and I'm proud of her. Good job. So we have these steps on how we're going to properly market our listing. Okay. And then that's how we go through our transactions. We want to make sure our transactions are, moving forward properly, right? And so if I wanted to go to like a specific client, I could just go to a specific client. This is, for instance, a referral. This is somebody that, we had referred out. So here it is. Let's see. Somebody must be home. My dogs are running around. Okay. And let's see what else. I'm trying to think what else to show you guys. I've got my notes. So that's what I'm checking to see. And if you guys want to see something in particular, let me know. Now I'm like, is my chat even working? Because I don't see any questions or anything on here. And usually you guys are blowing it up. So my goodness. So that's what I would say. Oh, if I go into any type of task here though, let's see. I'm trying to think of just like any task. Some of these I don't want to click into and go all crazy showing all my business, right? So I can go into any task. This looks like it has something written. Action items. Okay, so this was assigned to me to review something. I don't know. But my point is we can comment back and forth over here. I did want to show you guys this, so I'm supposed to resolve that from last September, which I have not done. If I want to write my assistant, I'm going to start by saying this, and I'm going to be like, you can ignore this. And then I actually can assign it as an action item. I can be like, she needs to resolve that. That's why it's showing that to me. I probably assign that to myself. Who knows? Or, she could assign it to me, which is really nice. And then I can send that, and it will show up as a notification to her. And you can see that it has that up there. And I can go really deep on all the automations and all the notifications. But if you start to get lost and shit, here's all you need to check is your inbox and go from there. You can like snooze things, clear things, and just go down the line. Okay. All right. I'm checking my notes. I don't want to like go too crazy here, especially if I'm just giving a ClickUp intro for you guys. Automating repetitive tasks. Let's see. I wanted to demonstrate that for you guys so that you know how to do it. If I go back into my That Broker Girl operations and I just start like a fake task. How many times did I fucking say like so far? I'm trying to work on that. Okay. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click in here. And this is where you can set your due date. You can set all kinds of, different things. So We click on date. This is where we can set due date. Tomorrow, do we want to add a time to it? How about tomorrow at 2 a.m.? Let's get this party started, right? It also has like random suggestions. Now, this is where we can set the recurring, okay? Are we recurring it forever, by the way? And do we want it to create a new task each time? So it asks different things. Do you want the status to like restart over, to like not started? And do you want it to, you can really customize these things, these fields. I don't want nothing asking me to do anything at 2 a.m. This is where you can set the priority level. This is where we've got our assignees. This is, I don't get into the weeds on the time tracking of tasks. That starts to get crazy. I tried to get into it when I was plus up really high with my VAs, and it just didn't work. We've got tags, different things like that we can do. And I showed you the subtasks is where I have all my checklists built out and everything. So that's good. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what else to show you or what else I should, get too into the weeds on. If you would like to see a ClickUp part 2 and have me go more into depth, maybe with automation, and how I do just different things, or maybe you would like to know more SOPs that I've built out. For instance, what I might be having my assistants do or check on, like she checks my emails and she RSVPs me for events and just different things like that. She will let me know whose birthdays it is, if I want to wish them happy birthdays, just different things like that. So if you would like to know, maybe the SOPs, more SOPs that I built out, maybe we could go over a specific training on that. And I don't know if I don't know if you guys were just quiet or if my chat was not working, but I'm going to end this training and then I guess I'm going to find out because I'll just look at my socials after this. I haven't picked a topic actually for next time's Just the Tip Tuesday. So I am open to suggestions. Otherwise, I will be thinking about it this week. This was fun. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys real soon.